Okay, we're going to pause the commissioners meeting, turn it over to Maurice to open the Board of Finance Committee meeting.
Okay. There we go. Okay, we'll open the Board of Finance meeting, and the first order of business will be reorganizing.
I'll make a motion to keep the officers the same. Apparently.
I would second that.
All right. So we have a motion and a second. I'll signify of keeping the offices the same. I'll signify by saying aye.
Aye.
Aye. Okay. So now we can turn the meeting over to.
All right. The first thing that we need to do is I'm going to present you a few things that I unfortunately forgot to give you over. I'm sorry. These are first thing is the investments that we have and what our current status on those are. Just to let you look over the difference between 21 and 22 as far as interest we received on these investments. Unfortunately, as you see, which we knew that the interest rates were pretty far down as far as the investments. So far this year, the end of 22, beginning of this year have really came up quite a bit as far as interest rates. So that's a very good sign. Unfortunately, we don't know how long that's going to last, hopefully a long time, but the economy and everything, I'm not sure on this. But we were getting like 0.8 and 0.4 as far as interest rates. Lately, we've been getting over 4 point something. So that's a lot better.
Very significant.
Yeah. I just need to the motion from you folks as far as a motion to accept the current investment and interest report that I have presented.
I'd make a motion to accept the report, the interest as presented.
I'll second it.
Okay, we have a motion and a second. All signified by saying aye.
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 The next is, and I also gave Kevin a copy of this, of the investment policy that we currently have. I didn't know if you folks wanted to do any changes on it. And that's why I gave copy to Kevin so that he could look over it. It's the same as we've had for the last couple of years, but let you look over it and we can decide next meeting on the, if we want to accept it like this on the 21st of February, or if we want to wait, or if we want to do any changes.
Okay, this was sent to us though, right?
That one might have been, yeah.
Just had 22 on it. It's 23 now.
Yeah.
Kevin, you need time to look at this to come back next meeting, or status quo? Go ahead and approve it. I'd make a motion, go ahead and accept it.
I'll second.
Okay, got a motion and a second. Any further discussion? All signified by saying aye.
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 The next thing in your packet is a listing of the current 2-year-old outstanding warrants that have not been cashed, that I receipt back into the fund after 2 years. I have tried in the last few years, tried to contact these folks to try and get them their money, and some people respond to me and some don't. I mean, that's up to them, but I have been trying. These are the ones that have not responded to me as far as getting them their money back to them, so I would like permission to go ahead and give these to the auditor to receipt back into the general fund.
I'll make a motion to move it back into.
I'd second that, $753.24.
There you go. Motion and a second. Any further discussion? Okay, all signified by saying aye.
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 Every odd year, we come in and during the Board of Finance reorganization, we have a bidding of our cash management bank account. And so this is, of course, an odd year, so we need to do that this year. So I would like a motion to, for me to send out notices to the area banks, try and see what we can get as far as cash management bids. That would be okay.
Yeah, so do we need a motion for that, or
Yeah.
we need a motion?
Yeah.
I would motion.
Okay, I make a motion for Teresa to go out to the local banks and test out the waters as far as rates.
I'll second.
Okay, we got a motion, second. Any further discussion?
Hey, what do you consider good or Ross?
I do not. I usually try to keep it within the county.
Well, the only reason I bring up Ross, I bank there, there's two other board members, business.
Oh, are they? Okay. I mean, I can go out that far. The only thing is keep in mind that I have to go to the bank every night. That's the only thing. Not that, I mean, I
Well,
understand what
they-
you're saying.
They probably won't be as competitive, to be honest. And then we can, God count,
Oh, yeah.
Yes.
I mean, I don't have a problem with that.
actually, pretty prominent.
I can give them a chance. That's not a problem. Yeah, I'll reach out to them.
So,
Need to vote on the amended motion.
okay, so now we need to vote on the amended motion, all signified by saying aye.
Aye.
Aye. Now, I will get the bids and have them back to you by February 21st, which is, I'll give them a month to come up with their bids. And
Okay.
then I'll bring them back and we can, I can present them to you. Who we like to,
Okay.
kind of look them over, and then the next meeting we'll do the accepting on which one.
So we have two topics. One are cash management account, but then the other ones are the interest on investments. They're separate from that.
Right,
Is that
right,
correct?
the
Yeah.
CDs,
Yeah,
right.
all right.
Is there any other issues, questions? And I want to open up any discussion that you guys have, or have any questions for me as far as things, investments, the Board of Finance to discuss within the Board of Finance?
What are you seeing from banks as far as, what is the best interest rate as far as on the CD, best term length and that sort of thing?
With this last one I just did, I'm getting ready to do, which is the ARP money. I put it out there. I said, I didn't know if we wanted to do 6 months or a year. So, I wanted to see what kind of interest rate difference. And First National was the same, no matter if it was 6 months or a year. First Federal, which is real close to in the running, because they ended up with one of our CDs just back in December, because they're getting right up there with First National. I did notice that the 1 year was a little bit lower rate, like a 0.1 difference from the 6 month. But in a way, it's, you think a year versus 6 months, it's still better to do the year if we can do it. But I know there's things. The last one I got was 4.27. But and for the ARP money, or I'm sorry, not for the ARP, for the Cume jail, I got 4.5 from First Federal. So, I mean, it just, and I think they're, you know, and that's good that rates are really coming up, but unfortunately, I mean, hopefully it'll keep that way.
Now, are you seeing where they are wanting to go further than a year?
No, nobody's ever asked me to go further than
Okay,
and I'm really not supposed to go past 2 years, even with the state statute, that they don't
Okay.
want us to go much further than 2 years.
okay.
Yeah.
When is the ARPA money come due?
23rd of this month.
Okay.
Yeah. Yeah. Right. Yes. Yep. Yeah.
I think we have some items that we've taken out of it that was going to come from the ARP. So, prior to that meeting, we'll have to get that together. Much out of that. Do it.
Yeah, because
We don't have
23rd is
another meeting.
Monday. Or well, yeah, I think it's Monday. Yeah, that's paid out a rainy day or something. Yeah.
When that ambulance, man, so we take the money from the CD.
And how much interest are you able to get on it, leaving it where it's at? Without reinvesting? Okay, so take, for example, we're uncertain of the amount,
Mhm.
but we take an amount that we do not want to reinvest. Still get interest on
That's a lot.
a little bit, a lot less. Yeah. Okay. So I understand.
I mean, if you're thinking that, okay, so we go ahead and take out the amount to reimburse rainy day, and then we, so the other stuff is kind of in the works, not ready yet. So if we only do this CD for 6 months and say, okay, we take out the money for rainy day, so the remainder, because right now it's 0.4 million. So if we take out, say, 100,000 out of it, that's still going to give you a lot to invest and get you a really good interest. I mean, you know, even if we have to break it early, we don't get penalized near as much. I mean, the interest will outweigh the penalty. I mean, compared to the rate we're getting.
And I think that 100,000 would cover our HVAC, and if we do move forward with broadband, 15.
Well, I haven't talked with council, but I do feel that I'm out for that as far as stipends or whatever, and I feel that we need to leave some out. I don't know the amount on that. I'd like to leave that option there.
Either, right?
That's correct. Yeah.
I'd make a motion, let's leave it all in for another 6 months. See what, so we have some current bills, but still, Laura said they could not have to reimburse for a while, so.
I'll second.
Okay, got a motion, second, and any other discussion? Okay, yes, the discussion I would have as far as, or question I would have as far as stipends. By motion we have, does that mean that the stipend couldn't be paid out until July? Or, yeah, good possibility.
I think that's the way to go. 'Cause
Oh, okay. Okay. So I think that's the main thing is we want to have options. They were, okay, I understand. Okay, so all signified by saying aye.
Aye. Any other questions, issues, discussion that we need to? Yes, ma'am. Mhm. And I was looking in my stuff with statute and it is very unclear. I mean, I see what you're saying, yeah. Jenny Keller had taken out 25,000 out of one of her CDs and back last year because she thought she was going to use it for this frame tile that she's doing. But and then she had some questions. She wanted to take out some more. And I don't know if that's something we need to put in maybe our investment policy that no matter what the department heads want to do, that we definitely have to go through you guys as far as if we want to reduce the CD or increase the CD or anything like that.
With the drainage board, I think that's something that we did approve. Drainage.
Yeah.
Yeah, it's kind of, I don't know. And I mean, I understand, yeah. I mean, you guys need to know about these things. I mean,
Yeah.
that's for sure. I agree with that. And I have no problem with that. Not a problem whatsoever. If a department or the head over that CD or whatever the department wants me to decrease it or increase it, I have no problem coming to you guys. If that's what you want me to do, I don't have a problem with that.
Well, that's a different situation because we're not board of every department.
Right.
The drainage board we are,
Right.
so we knew. Yes, but,
Now, are there other departments that have investment?
Mm-hmm. There's,
Gary's,
yeah, highways got them.
So,
And then the council, if you want me, the council has, of course, economic development and Cume Cap development and Cume Jail. I agree, yeah.
so we need a motion to,
Whenever there's changes made to a CD, up or down.
specific word at this. Ed
That's
Frame.
fine.
Okay, so I'd make a motion to approve the reduction of the count of 25,000 that was taken out for the Ed Frame ditch work.
Second.
okay, we have a motion and a second. Any further discussion? All signified by saying aye.
Aye.
So from now on, no matter what, you want me to come before you when there's changes?
Yep.
Okay, I can do
why
that.
we're consistent.
Yep. I just always contact the department head that's over whatever CD and to find out about the, not only the amount, but the time frame as well. Can we go ahead and get them?
One other, the opioid money that is coming in,
Mm-hmm.
2 different accounts. How is that put in a separate fund? For like the restricted, unrestricted? Maybe that's a question for, okay.
No.
I was thinking, I think we would need some discussion on how to do that. So not that takes 6 months for us to decide. We could invest that at 4% for 6 months. Gain a little extra.
Mm-hmm.
So, it's been a form of motion
It does.
for the finance committee. So I would, make a motion that we invest the opioid funding, both the restricted and unrestricted, for a 6-month CD.
Also,
Okay, have a motion and a second. Any further discussion? All signified by saying aye.
Aye.
Aye. Okay, now, do we need a motion or change that all department, or all
Or run through you guys.
run through?
Yes.
So I would entertain a motion for all department heads to go through the board of finance.
I think you just made a motion, so
And
I'll second it.
I just made that motion. There we go. So, okay, got a motion and a second. Any other discussion? Signified by saying aye.
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 Anything else?
We don't see her that often. We better keep her. I'd make a motion to adjourn the finance committee meeting.
Okay,
I'll second.
meeting's adjourned.
Okay. Thank you very much.
Teresa.
Thank you.
Okay, now we'll reconvene our commissioners meeting this morning. Nathan?
Morning. I'll be pretty quick this morning. As I had updated you late last week, just a couple of quick follow-ups on the construction projects. The last of all of the doors that needs to be replaced is being installed today. That's in the court reporter's office, so it will be done. We are still muddling through the issue with the CASA. As I told you, the architects had provided a solution, but getting communication back and forth is still a bit of a mess. On the courthouse project, after a longer process than I would have liked, but which I hope will be reflected in a better finished product, we have finished all of the space assignments and are finishing up the preliminary furniture programming, which offices need how many desks, what shapes, sizes, that sort of thing. And a couple of members of Luminat's interior design team will actually be on site today, getting familiar with the building. Really, that's all that's going on in those projects right now.
Nathan, could you email us those assignments, office
Yeah,
assignments?
I can send plans to you.
Okay.
Here at the highway garage, the contract is just about wrapped up. There was one last thing that Ton and Blank asked Luminat to add to it yesterday. I don't know if Kevin's had a chance to see that yet. But Matt hasn't updated. It was just one last thing. So at your first March meeting, I will be able to get that contract executed and we'll be able to move forward. I had, at my last appointment, discussed the ARP funds, and you just brought it up. I don't have anything to report other than what I'd said in an email that we did look into eligibility issues. So it's just if you have any other questions today. Oh, Wendy and I have been kicking around some other potential alternatives with Scott Rudd, the broadband consultant. So we don't necessarily know if we think this is the best route, but it's still on the table. That's all I've got, unless you have any questions on anything. Like I said, I will send out those plans to you.
It was it's not a part of your report, but it was in your email. Just clarification on the housing. What duties does a council or does the commissioners have? We're not here to select the site, right?
So you're not, however, both of those parcels, north and, they're actually all one parcel. It's a county-owned parcel. So
Right.
we just don't want to proceed if the county isn't okay with the possibility of selling that off for
Selling.
development.
See.
Yep.
Anything else for Nathan?
No.
Okay, thank you.
And thanks for emailing that.
Okay, and we're down to other business. We have the approval and signing of the claims and payroll number 1.
Okay, I have reviewed claims and I've reviewed payroll number 1, and I make a motion to approve as presented.
Second.
Moved and seconded. Any other discussion? All in favor, say aye.
Aye. Okay, I've reviewed the regular minute. Oh,
We did that. So now we go down to our minutes here in front of
yeah,
us.
there we go.
We need a motion to approve the minutes of a regular meeting.
Okay, I've reviewed the minutes. I make a motion to approve those minutes as presented.
All in favor, say aye.
Aye.
Okay, our next items have some bonds. We have funding of John Saris at 30,000, Wilder at 30,000, Vanderay at 30,000, Diane Marie Hanson at 150,000. Motion to approve the bondage of people.
So moved.
Second.
Any other discussion? Favor say aye.
Aye.
And 911 LightStream Internet. So we need a motion to approve the upgrade of the 911 mechanisms.
So moved.
Second.
Oh, how much that bill was? All in favor? Say aye.
Aye.
Aye. Opposed? Okay, then under discussion, we also had a time clock to order. I think claim is sent to the auditor's office this morning. It's one that's in the Justice Center. Cost is $2,500 to the invoice. Motion to approve.
So moved.
Moved and seconded. Any other discussion? I think down the road, most of these are going to be replaced or another system, something. Courthouse upgrades. But all in favor, say aye.
Aye.
Just have an update on the IT. You have 3 IT position. We have 3 applicants. And, okay, we have 4. And we plan on interviewing those people with Ken Boswell, myself, along with Willie. Willie was probably important there. If people ask questions about the current system, then he would be able to give more input than what Ken or I would. So that's just an update on that. And we did get an email from Gary about a couple of truck bids.
Well, good morning. I just the time to order for the fleet vehicles is January, and I checked with Dodge, Ford, and also with GM, and that's the quotes that I had emailed you. One from Ford, we could not order a Dodge. I was just wanting to see if I would be able to move forth in possibly ordering a pickup. Anyway. And that, the Ford bid was through the source too. That was the same price as for Sourcewell. I just, options was there. If I could, since I have until the end of the month to now in January.
Sure your budget covers it.
Yes.
Yeah, I would make a motion. Gary to go ahead with ordering a fleet vehicle.
Which one?
Okay, now, he's gonna just take that under advisement. Do we need to, because I'm just making a motion for you to order whichever one you see fit. Is there,
What we normally do.
yeah, okay.
That's just needed the approval to
Move forward, and you can take it under advisement.
I'd second that.
Okay.
Any other discussion? All in favor, say aye.
Aye.
And I'd also, on that email that, to get on the agenda, I had Bernie Feeney with Whiteman and Associates out of Plymouth wanted to discuss the Riverview Estates Section 2 housing plans, and he has been working on, he had met with, by a phone call, drainage. My email must not got put through to be on the agenda today. I had him come up to explain to the commissioners. He kind of wants to get the okay to move forth with the project. He's got a set of plans, and I've got 2 sets in the office. We've been working back and forth, and I just wanted to make sure that he was able to explain to the commissioners and what was going on and move forward. So, Bernie?
Morning, folks.
Yes, morning.
My name is Bernie Feeney. I'm a registered land surveyor with Whiteman Associates in the Plymouth office. We are here this morning to represent A.L. Perry and the Perry family on the Riverview Estates subdivision, Section 2. Section 2 consists of extending the pavement from its current end on Section 1 all the way down west to the Tippecanoe River. The plans for that extension and all of the storm sewer that goes along with that have been reviewed by Gary, have been reviewed by the Drainage Board, and have been found to be adequate. What I would like today would be the commissioner's approval to go ahead and excuse me, construct those plans on the subdivision. This subdivision, a little bit of history, was approved back in 2004 prior to the current zoning ordinance. And the subdivision was approved, but none of the improvements were installed at that time. Perry's have now received some interest on lot sales out in that area and are interested in installing the first half of the improvements in Section 2. There's about an equal number of feet of road that could be installed for all to complete section 2. But in this instance, they are merely looking at taking the road to the west down so they can sell some lots along the Tippecanoe there. If you'd like to see the plans, I'd be happy to show them to you.
So our commitment here is just to extend a county road. Is that what we're asking?
Well, I believe it's, to let them start work their plans. I mean, they gotta put in all their drainage, utilities, access to get lots sold, if I'm not mistaken.
Right, exactly. We'd like your approval to continue on with the construction process now. The Drainage Board, the Highway Department, the Planning Commission, the Health Department have all taken a look at the plans at different stages and have given different approvals necessary to proceed on to the next step. I think at this point, it's necessary for your approval to go ahead and actually do the construction. Go ahead and seek bids for the construction of the pavement and the utilities and the storm drainage system out there.
Kevin, is there any legal thing that we would do?
No, I'm taking their word for it, that they think they need your approval. I don't know why they need your approval. That's their land, they can build on it, if they've got approval with the building department, got the proper permit, I don't, but if you feel like you need commissioner's approval, I guess, I don't know why exactly.
Well, they're probably eventually gonna have to ask the county to take the new road extension out of the county's inventory.
That's a different.
Precisely.
Well, that's a different matter.
If you're asking to annex the road, that's a different issue.
No. We're not asking to annex the road. The road was dedicated with the 2004 plat. That gave the county the right of way. We're asking to install the improvements, and ultimately we'll be back to ask for the county's acceptance of those improvements.
Yes, what he's saying is that previously it was part of the plan, it's always been in the county road.
Okay.
So that's why.
I would make a motion to move forward with the plans.
I'll second them,
Okay. All in favor, say aye.
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 although I do feel.
Okay, thank you.
Thank you.
Thank you.
That's all I have.
Chris?
Yes, just something real quick. Pulaski or approval, whatever the case may be. As we can afford to, we are trying to replace some of the police radios in our vehicles. We have let's say 3 radios that are just end up being downstairs and then the trash pile and everything else. But Derek, PD, the chief has asked me if we can let him have those. I think they still be usable for 2 to 4 years at least. That he can do that. I want to see if we can get those radios. Let's say 3 of them to Derek PD to use in their vehicles.
Is there any legal problem just giving equipment away?
Depends on the value of it.
Yeah. Yeah. So are they on the same frequency? Things?
This one gonna be life.
Yeah.
They could
Use them in their vehicles, I think, maybe once a week inside there, so they're
Yep. They put them to use.
Yeah. Make a motion. Yeah, I would make a motion. Allow Chris to, use some of that used radio equipment
In Madeiryville.
in Madeiryville.
I'll second it.
Moved and seconded. Any other discussion? All in favor, say aye.
Aye.
Aye. Anything, Laura? Kevin, have anything? Okay, thank, all business matters have been taken care of. We would need a motion to adjourn.
Is there any
Wait.
public comment?
Oh,
Yep, I make a motion to adjourn.
I'll second.
Meeting adjourned.
Okay.